Hey, what's up, guys? So, kind of a little predicament here. Don't know even where to start. I mean, things have just gone bad for the last few days. I had mentioned before I was applying for disability, and basically, I don't know where to start. So, I thought everything was going good. The doctor I've seen for a long time basically gave up on me, didn't want to help me. Don't think he ever really wanted to help me, but that was expected. So this rheumatologist I was seeing, I thought, hey, she seemed to take interest. She seemed to care, and she helped me with a short-term disability. I throughout through being on short-term disability, I've been seeing a lot of doctors trying to heal, trying to fix myself. But at this point, I really don't think what I have is reversible. I've tried a lot of things, a lot of medications, and a lot of times they just make things worse. Some I'm scared to try because, it's like, look where medicine got me. So I saw the rheumatologist not too long ago, and about a week or two ago, and it's like when I go in, I'm telling her, hey, same thing's going on. I've made the rounds. I've seen this doctor we were talking about, see if she could help. It was pretty much a scam. It was a holistic doctor. I was hoping that she could help. She gave me a lot of promises and stuff like that. I didn't get nowhere. Um, so, yeah, so I told her that, and, I thought she was going to help me with the long term disability so I can finally, they told me once I was on long term disability that the insurance company would help me then apply for Social Security disability. And she kind of told me that, she really didn't know how to help me anymore. She was going to refer me to another doctor. So that kind of bummed me out, but I was like, well, all right. So, she told me to wait out in the lobby and that she would give me the information. So I waited for about half an hour to an hour, and I was like, well, what's going on, Um, I had brought my wife because, I didn't want to come alone, and she's there waiting in the car for all this time because it's a long drive, and, sometimes, I got like fatigue, I fall asleep, or I feel sick, or, there's been times where I can't drive. So she drove me, and, after a while, it's like nobody was coming, so I went and spoke to the nurse. I said, hey, nobody's coming, what do I do? And she's like, well, you could just leave, we'll call you, and, the doctor referred to should give you a call. A couple of days passed by, I don't get any calls, so I call them. They give me the phone number. I call them, leave them a voicemail, nothing. About 2 weeks pass. Um, I call them. I said, hey, they haven't called me. I want to make another appointment because I want to talk to this doctor about the disability paperwork. So they make me an appointment for this Monday that's coming up. Today is Friday, and said that's fine. This was about a week ago, and they called me. I think yesterday or day before. I missed their call really early in the morning, but today I got a call. I believe it was today from the new doctor. It turns out it was a psychiatrist, and they told me they want me to do an application to see if they want to take me. If not, they'll refer me to someone else based on the application or what I fill out. And even though they're with the same hospital that I go to and I've got insurance, they're like, we don't take insurance, so you have to pay out of pocket. Your first consultation is $400. Like, wow, I can't even pay regular consultations. Can't afford that. So I told him, thank you for your time. I don't think I'm going to be able to, it's not going to work out. I can't pay that. So I called the rheumatologist, and the rheumatologist tells me, um, well, not the rheumatologist, the nurse. I tell her, hey, I don't think I'm going to be able to see the psychiatrist. They want me to pay. I don't see why they want me to see a psychiatrist. I mean, I've seen them before, but the pain is not mental. Um, it's actually pain. But yeah, so I call them and I ask them also, why were you guys calling me yesterday? And they say, well, we wanted to cancel your appointment for Monday. I was like, when I had spoken to them last, I was telling them about the paperwork, and they said the doctor had to be with me to fill it out for the long-term disability. So I was like, well, why do you want to cancel my appointment? And they're like, well, um, what do you need to see a doctor for? And I'm like, well, I want to talk to her. Well, tell me what you want to tell her, and I'll relay the message. I was like, what? The nurse was being really rude. And I was like, no, you told me last time it was that same nurse that I had to be with her to fill out the paperwork. And she's like, no, we've already filled it out. It's just standard paperwork. We've already filled it out. And I was like, well, I still want to see her. Well, what do you need to see her for? It's like, wow, she's just being rude. And, I told her, well, I want to talk to her about the paperwork. And she's like, she's already filled it out. And I was like, well, last I heard is that they gave me a work release form. And, you know, I don't feel like I'm going to be able to work. I still feel sick. I'm in the same boat. I feel sick every day, fatigued, got brain fog. I can't function. Sometimes I lose feeling of my feet, my legs, my arms, my fingers, and I type. I need to think, and I don't know how some people are, but when I'm in pain, I can't think. So I'm basically at work struggling, and it's a living hell, you know. Um, so yeah, so I mean, told her, what, just cancel the appointment just to get her off the phone. I'm like, forget it. I didn't expect this from this doctor, but I'm used to it. I'm used to doctors giving up and, treating patients like shit. That's why I said before we need our own doctors. Doctors who know what we're going through. Maybe somebody who's already floxed. And yeah, of course, I know a lot of people tell me, well, there's that one in Hollywood and there's another one in Colorado, but I don't got that kind of money. I didn't have that kind of money to begin with. And now I'm pretty much flat broke. Not even know how I'm gonna make it, but what it's looking like is I'm gonna have to go back to work, and it's gonna be a living nightmare. I mean, I'm scared to go back to work because I know I'm gonna have a hard time, and it's just a lot of pressure explaining to people. People don't care what's going on, and this is something I never had to deal with before. It's like the doctor that did this to me pretty much ruined my life. Unknowingly. Um, so yeah, I don't know what to do. Uh, try to try to try to do nothing. I'm just thinking about it, thinking about it, thinking about it. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I plan to write Joe Rogan. I've written some celebrities' letters are probably in the trash. Probably never even made it. Um, but he's close to me, and maybe he might take some interest. He's that type of person that likes to expose the truth. And yeah, I just don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. But I'm gonna give it a try. It's looking like that's what it's gonna be. They still haven't made their final decision, but I'm sure with this doctor, basically signing the work release form, they're probably gonna send me back to work. And also, I was speaking to the nurse. She was like, "Well, all the tests we did came back, that you're good." And I was like, "Y'all never did tests. Ever since I seen this doctor, she's never drawn my blood, not done one test." So I don't know what test she's talking about. She's probably talking about the tests I've done with the other doctors, and yeah, they come out positive. I mean, test my DNA. Let's try that. Um, checking stuff that there's nothing wrong with. We should be checking stuff that there's that the Cipro damaged. But when I started this channel, I, did it to try to get the word out there, try to help other people, or, you know, try to prevent this from happening to other people. But I also did it in the to try to get monetized. I've also got another channel that's linked to this one where I do reviews. Of course, now I can't really work with tools and stuff like that, but I'm trying to do something, and feel like I've really gotten nowhere. But I still would like to meet somebody else that's floxed. I would like to, the only people that I speak to are over the phone now. I mean, on Facebook, or here on YouTube. I'd like to maybe visit Canada. They seem to care more about this in Canada. At least that's what I'm told. They've got that. They've got a. Sorry, man. Sometimes I just can't think. They've got that rally or something that they do out there, and it'd kind of be nice to be around other people that are floxed. Sometimes this whole COVID thing kind of messed us up. So yeah, so I guess I'm going to figure something out, become a millionaire overnight somehow. As if I'm gonna be miserable all the time, I don't want somebody that's always hounding me. Oh, you know, um, why aren't you speaking to this customer? Or why did you go to the restroom? Or you have to be hiding. I mean, I'm not the type of person that's gonna be screaming, showing my pain. It's like if I don't feel good, I've been to the point where I'm gonna pass out on the 32nd floor of a building. What do you do with a bunch of people surrounding you when you're gonna pass out on the 32nd floor of a building? Do you say, hey, call the emergency room, I'm about to have a heart attack? Do you say, hey, I'm about to pass out? No. I mean, you go in and you start having a panic attack somewhere in some corner, and it's the worst thing that can happen to you. It's happened to me several times. It's happened to me underground in our tunnels. We have tunnels here. And, if it wasn't for my brother, I don't know what could have happened because I can't see myself. Even though I felt like I was going to have a day, I was in imminent danger. I was going to die, I can't go up to someone and say, hey, call the ambulance. It's like, I'd rather walk to the ambulance. It's just, I don't know. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing as hell. Um, but that's what Cipro has put me through. It's put me through a lot of pain, some of the worst psychedelic experiences I've had, where my arms go numb, where my whole body's burning, um, brain fog, just some unexplainable stuff. And doctors don't give a shit. But we'll see what happens. Stay tuned, for those who follow me, like my videos. I would have thought with all the people that are flocks, I would have gotten more support, but I don't know. And the reason I say that is because I want to do something about this. I want to end my pain and other people's pain. I don't think there's a cure, to be honest with you. I mean, I've been told a lot of stuff, but I don't think there's a cure. And I don't mean to say that, some people probably get a little bit better. Some people might even get better. But for me, myself, I don't feel like I'm going to get better. I feel like things might get worse. And I'd like to live in peace, you know. This drug has been around for a long time. And they can't keep it under control. I don't know how many other people that are not speaking out is because they don't know that they're floxed. Imagine how many people out there are flocks and don't even know it, going through all these issues and don't even know it. Lady that draws my blood told me that she took Cipro and it didn't do nothing to her, but yet she can't really walk because she's got damage to her right leg. She just says all of a sudden it messed up or something. Um, I was like, well, she's telling me at Cipro because, she asks me, well, why are you here to the doctor and stuff like that. And I told her, and she said, oh, I had it. And a lot of people say that, like, oh, can't move my arm anymore. But yeah, Cipro didn't do anything to me, or all of a sudden had these issues, all of a sudden had neuropathy. But yeah, Cipro didn't do nothing to me. Well, you just didn't know what caused it. But we'll see what happens. Thanks for tuning in. I will talk to you guys later.